Greetings, very interesting topic today, how to efficiently find data in database. In our case, we're trying to find all the records for a given employee by his tax ID. So let's go straight into it. Okay, so I have increased the number of employees here to 50,000 and year count to 20. So this gives a million records in database, and I have executed this test. So now when I count, you can see that it is slightly more than a million. So now I want to show you, and I have often seen this bad way of how to find data in database. Shall I tell you why it's bad in a moment. Let's do it. Find, test, find employee by tax ID. We will need context for it. And let's hard code some tax ID. Tax ID equals whatever employees we have. This one is good. Tax ID. And the way to get it. Employee data. Context. Employees now to list. And then we will get put a wrapper clause where employee tax ID equals tax ID. And then again to list. We'll notice that here we have a list. So let's run this test. See how long it takes for it to run. As you can see, it took 7.7 seconds for it to run it, to basically find the employee data, which is, yeah, we can lose that, but it's quite horrible. Why is this happening? So this is happening because this command to list, it enumerates or tells EF core to enumerate all that is in the employees collection. So to do that, it has to get it all to memory. So all million of records is loaded to memory, and then in memory, we are finding it by tax ID. This code is really bad. Now let's do without this to list and see how long does it take for it to run. So this is what, 824 milliseconds. This is less than a second. Very good, very fast. What else? It's working, we can leave it. But I would like to show you a few more things that we can do to investigate performance and to actually improve the performance, because this is not ideal. And we'll see in a minute why. Okay, so to do this, I would like to open SQL Management Studio and go to Tools, SQL Server Profiler. This will help me to profile what is actually happening on the SQL server. Events, I can just select all events and run. Okay. We will be interested in T-SQL, so right click, select event category, and I'll click run. Okay, so now we are profiling and listening to all events that are happening. This database, try start. Okay, let's run test one more time, see if we can catch what is actually happening on the database layer. No, it didn't work. Going back to events that I need to choose, I need stored procedures and the SQL transactions as well. Errors and warning for debugging, and that's good. Okay, let's run it. We're running, cleaning up with this eraser And now let's rerun the test. And this can be used, this technique is very valuable because it can be used for debugging really hardcore and unknown SQL queries that are generated by entity framework. Okay, so here with SP stored procedure, statement starting, and SP statement completed. This is the completion errors. Okay, so we can see here the actual. Oops, here is the actual query. Let's copy it and let's create a new query here, paste it here. This is the query that was actually generated by Entity Framework Core, and it's missing one parameter. With this one, we can take it, it will be the same as here. Same parameter. Let's run this one. Yeah, it works kind of fast, but what I wanted to show you is how to try and find what could be, if anything is wrong, what could be wrong. So this is done by including actual execution plan. Let's click this one and run query one. So now we have an additional tab here called execution plan. Let's click it. And here it tells us how many time was spent in various SQL Server jobs. It says this cost 99%. So this is where most of the time was spent. So when I hover over it, we can see a lot of information, but what is important here, it says like physical operation, construct, index, scan. So this means that it actually had to go and to scan through the whole SQL table. All million of records had to be checked to return these 20 records by tax ID. And it says it, like numbers of rows read 1,200,000, actual numbers of rows for all executions, only 20. Here in green, it tells us what to do here. Amazing. So it says missing index, huge impact. And it even suggests how to create it. So let's create it, but we'll create it from our code first, from Entity Framework. So we need an index. So index is something that helps database to perform quick searches. So for instance, if we create index on tax ID, database engine doesn't have to run through all the records anymore. It will prepare a special data structure, like tree or RR tree. And then it will be much more efficient. Let's make a change. Going back to the code and going back to employee configuration, let's say that this doesn't fit anymore. We actually need property tax ID. This builder has index. Builder. This will be telling that we are having an index tax ID. Okay, and as usual, let's run and let's create a new migration. I will fast forward. As you can see, I have added a migration. I have updated my database update. So now, if we go back here and refresh, and I check the table, employee table, and I open indexes, I can see that I have a new index, employees tax ID, non-unique, non-class, which is fun. Non-unique because there can be many records for tax ID. Later on, we can improve it to be unique in a combination of text ID and year. Size, next, standing. Okay, all good. Okay, now what happens if we run this query? And we check execution plan. Excellent. Now it is no more warnings, no more suggestions, all is super fast. This is rather a short one, but very useful one. So here I showed how to actually use SQL profiler to try to understand what's wrong with the project, why it is working so slow. I am using this quite often, especially on all the Rusty projects that I have to fix. No one knows what's happening there. SQL profiler is your friend. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.